All right, so Frank, tell me about this D- game you got going on.
So, as just like for biographical, I guess, reference, it's like 8 o'clock on a Sunday. I was taking a quick nap, which remember, like in spring break and stuff, you would actually call it a power nap.
Power nap, yeah.
Yeah, but
usually
after
not at 8 o'clock though.
That's true. Yeah, it's normally midday. But so Laura and I just say, hey, let's take a power blackout, and then basically just rally up because
a power blackout.
A power blackout. Yep. You just pass out. She's probably snoring and snotting on your sheets as we speak. True story. So anyway, so she's out. I'm letting her chill so we can actually have fun. She has to open up gifts.
Keep it down. You're going to wake her
up. No, dude. You could have like trees falling down on this and no one's waking her up. Except for a dick. She totally wakes up always for a dick. God bless her. God bless her.
There's two of us on the couch right now.
Yeah. Oh, she'll be doubly awake.
She should be wide awake right now.
Totally. So anyway, so she's doing the power blackout, and what's great, what is fantastic, like if you're going to drink with your friends and just get like bombed up, and you're not in for the whiskey dick that obviously we like disagree on or whatever, but I don't want to like...
We're going to do a fan poll here in the future on what is the proper whiskey dick, because I'm pretty sure 99% of the guys out there have had the Northeast Connecticut version.
Yeah.
Compared
to like a nor'easter, like
right,
30 below.
Right. It'll be like, oh my God. Compared to the Chicago style whiskey dick where it's just like a fucking full hot dog with all the fixings just keep going for 3 hours.
It has its own heartbeat, which I just drink so much that I raise, I guess, my blood pressure so hard that it's just flowing through the body, and that happens to be a part of my body. So anyway, what's great about a passed out girl is the fact that, let's say you're out with your boys, you're like, I don't want 3 hours of sex, I kind of want to get up or whatever. Then, instead of like bringing your A game, you know your A game, right? And I know your A game's being a minus at best.
Yeah, there's a curve on my A game. We grade with
hopefully it's up. Or is it pointing to God or Satan? Tell me.
Well, it's just, but on my A game, it hopefully points up. But there is a sliding curve.
As long as it slides in.
Yeah. Right.
How about just the end? Who cares about the In-N-Out burger? I just want the end.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway, me and my buddy, when I was coming up with the CPL stuff, it's called the D- game. So you got a girl, like you always want to bring your A game, but if you've been sleeping with her for a while, and you're just like, oh man, I'm like really drunk, I'm exhausted, I don't want 3 hours of sex. She's already kind of like passed out, and I don't know, a lot of the girls just pass out on their back because they're like just open for stuff. They're like, oh, I hope you wake me up with your tongue and your penis. Like, you know, like
but now your D- game.
So
anything but the D-.
Yeah, but they don't know that this happened. But me and my buddy have done this several times. I can't believe I'm saying this, but basically the D- game is when your girl is just basically blackout drunk. You're like basically walking her to your bed. She's just like, I like how hot do you mean? And you're like, oh, fuck, I'm just going to go smoke a cigar and drink a beer out in the tiki bar or whatever. I'll get back to you, man. She's like snoring. But the fact that basically you know we're going to be hungover the next day, D- game is that basically you just take your hand instead of like the finger action and stuff, which is an entirely different episode. But basically...
Should we send the kids out of the room at this point?
Yeah, let's get the kids out. But actually, what you do is that you slap up the meat a little bit. Like, basically, slap. Just like, not hard, like not abusive or rapey or anything else like that. But it like engorges like the vagina and the clit and everything. So basically, you do that where... Because we all know that we've had sexual marathons where... basically your genitals hurt the next day. Like, oh, I was a rock star, but like, I don't want her with morning breath going, "Hey, Big Daddy," or anything else like that.
Right.
You just like beat up the meat a little bit. You get her engorged, and then you fall asleep or jack off next to her.
Do you date a lot of girls that are like when you're beating it up, it's like an old Arby's sandwich? That's what's coming to my mind right now.
You're older than me, so I don't know what that is. But
actually,
let's. What's an Arby's sandwich? I don't even know what that is. What is that?
You've never been to Arby's?
Oh, Arby's. Oh,
Arby's
roast beef.
Yeah, it's just like a bunch of fucking.
And then you add the cheddar. You're like, hey, beef and cheddar, bitches.
Yeah. Who put that horsey sauce on there?
Yeah. That's called a yeast infection, Brian. And you've just been dating the wrong girls. Which I've told you the entire time we've been friends.
Well, I'm glad you went with
is way too long.
I'm glad you went with the D- story than your G story, where you get the girl drunk, sleeping on the bed, and your buddy you're drinking, and you're like, hey, let's go down, be quiet. And you both actually pass by that bed and go to another room.
Yeah, I've done that.
I'm sure you have.
Actually, one of my best moves was the girl that's passed out. So I beat up the meat so she thinks we've had like just hours and hours of sex. And I put my like AR and a bunch of like just unloaded just to be safe.
Oh yeah, you're
I didn't take pictures of her. Yeah, I'm a gentleman.
You are a bastion of safety. Yeah, I'm sure as a kid you were like that one kid who was the crossing safety guard with the caution tape across.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually telling the kids.
Big orange cone. Walk.
Yeah.
No.
Go. It's I-95 or rush hour. Go. Yeah. You're safe.
All your skid marks and stuff.
Then all the kids are doing like Frogger.
Exactly.
So she's passed out. Might do the D- game, although I'm drinking, so maybe it might be a whiskey dick night. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. It's too early to tell. I mean, what is it, like 8:30? It's not.
You've been saying it's 8:30 for the last 3 hours. Do you know what time it is?
Tuesday?
Speaking of which, you as a safety crossing guard, did you have any funny stories as a delinquent kid?
You know what? I really think that's a different day. I think we should wrap this episode up and start that fresh, because this is kind of the end of Valentine's Day, but I'm more than happy to talk about that as well.
Oh, we're going to go into it. All right, stay tuned. We will cover that in a few weeks. And still, don't forget, we're going to go to Frank's tough love days. And I know most of you have no idea what I'm talking about. But it was some crazy reality show that basically you don't want to date any one of these train wrecks on this show.
Total train wrecks.
And somehow Frank got on there and pulled off a relationship. But anyways, we'll talk about that another time. From the window to the wall.
To the wall! Where's our shots?
We're still here.